We ease off the ridge and onto the plank bridge, hooves ticking like a pocket watch in a sick room. Fog bunches along the creek, lanterns swing on empty porches, counting us in.
Town line rises under our boots. Gate busted, chains rasping. A hand-painted board reads, "Widow's Rest." No dogs, no bells, just the wind taking attendance. We cross the pass at midnight, following smoke and whispers. Names Elias, the quiet ones Cain. We hunt the kind of evil towns don't bury. Tonight, the trail smells like iron and thunder. Ash rides the wind here, clinging like guilt. The lantern shakes, the horses steam, and I try not to think about the last train we burned.
You ever notice after we burn a piece of hell, the air never smells right again?
That's the smell of survival.
Could have fooled me. Smells like penance. The ravine squeezes tight. No coyotes, no owls, only rain hissing on old fire. Cain listens like the mountain is talking back.
Caro's sigil, the one etched in the train's steel. You still have it? The plate we pried from that engine bears Caro's sigil. Runes I bled to forget. If another exists, the bindings are spreading.
Found another just like it back east. Last time I saw that mark, it was carved into a coffin lid in a town called Widow's Rest.
Then that's where we ride. The storm climbs like a curtain. If the Widow's Rest rumor is true, dawn will find us or feed us to her song. The screen fades to black, but the hunt does not pause. Dust to dust, ash to ash. Our road bends toward a graveyard with a name, Widow's Rest. Fog coils through Widow's Rest like a patient animal. Buildings lean, windows blind and empty. Our horses slow without asking. Even the leather creaks feel too loud. This town remembers every footstep, and it is counting ours. Folks whisper a widow haunts these streets. Black veils shiver in cracked panes. Behind them, breaths we cannot see collect like dew. Somewhere, a chair rocks once and stops, as if warned. They say the widow owns the night here. Porches sag under years of waiting. A tin soldier lies face down in mud beside a frozen jump rope. From the steeple, a bell with a broken heart tries to speak and only groans. Every sound they blame on her haunting. We ride in slow, hooves muffled to whispers. A mourner crosses the street in lace and smoke, never meeting our eyes, like we arrived after the sermon ended and the ground closed. I thought this town was abandoned.
Maybe it is, just not by the dead. Sign says Widow's Rest. Wind makes it talk like teeth on a hook. Name fits like a nail. Widow's not a legend, it's what hunts this town. Undertaker's shop reeks of salt and pine. He polishes a coffin lined in white grit, eyes never quite meeting ours. Tools clink, dust dances, and the room waits for answers. If anyone will say the widow is real, it's him.
You want it plain? The widow's real, and this town's hers. You'll know the widow by a veil of riverweed and coal dust. Her song pulls the breath from your lungs before you notice you're holding it. Don't answer. Don't meet her full on. Salt, silver, and fire make her hesitate. Nothing makes her merciful. You ain't the first stranger come through asking about the widow, and none before you walked back out at dawn.
Lucky for us, we don't plan on sleeping.
She started coming when the mine collapsed, took her husband. Now every man in town hears her singing before he dies.
And the veils?
Keeps her from seeing you. Least, that's the lie we tell ourselves. Hear that? Not quite a hymn, not quite a cry. When the candles dance, she's close. When they drown, she's here.
Sounds like she's making her rounds early. Night rolls in heavy and red. Fog climbs the stoops, pulls at boots. A far-off humming threads the lamps. Even the moon looks guilty behind that gauze. I seed the doorways with silver and salt, whispering the old road prayers. Dust on the thresholds glitters like frost. The flames thin, listening. Cain tilts his head, listening with the part of him that never sleeps. The song skims the alleyways, thin as a razor, hungry as winter.
Street lamps bow, one by one. Veils in windows lift without hands. The humming grows syllables, horses show teeth, and every nail hums. We hold our circle, counting heartbeats, not words. Somewhere a bell tries to speak, and only groans. Candles gutter to blue, salt hisses. The town draws a breath that isn't its own.
When you taste coal and riverweed, don't answer. Hold your breath. Let her pass you like weather.
You left me to the dark, my love, and I will leave you none to follow.
No, it can't be. I knew the woman she was, before she died in my arms.
Count Dracula. Hear them burn, hear them beg, hear the engines drinking. Lanterns burst like promises. The street returns my dead to cinder. You brought me silence once, Count. Tonight I bring you thunder.
Guess words ain't gonna work here.
Then we speak her language. We take the shaft ladder, each rung sweating iron. Lantern light scatters on wet timber. Somewhere below, water ticks like a clock with missing hands. The mountain breathes in our faces. Quartz veins glimmer like stars drowned in blood. The seam seeps slow, thick as memory, drawing its own map toward the heart of the mine. Cain lifts the silver lantern. The cold bites our teeth. My flintlock trembles, though my hands don't. The air down here holds a choir that forgot the words.
Tell me, Cain, what sin binds her to this place?
Vienna, 1763. She was Mara Caro, a choir mistress. Her husband, Aldrich Caro, lured me to a duel. She pleaded for his life. I spared him. Our blades rang, a stray thrust glanced off an iron sconce, kicked sideways, and the ricochet drove through her veil at the throat. I caught her. Too late.
Hell's full of men who thought they were sparing someone. An altar carved from the bones of the hill. Runes twitch like sleeping eyes among busted rails and gear teeth. Someone has been feeding the dark with industry. There it is again, same as before, same damn mark.
Caro bound her voice to steel, feeding souls to engines.
Caro's work didn't die with him.
Why can't you let me rest? Why must I remember your face?
Because I can't forget it. She tears through the air, claws stitching frost into spirals. Gravel lifts and hangs, each stone a tiny planet caught in her orbit of grief. The bone pistol barks pale fire, echoes fold into the tunnels. Elias throws salt and black powder. Our circle flares, a ring of day in the stomach of night.
I snap a salt bomb, white fire sheets her veil.
She recoils, pitch drops, claws rake the circle, throwing sparks. Timbers groan like old ships. Her veil catches white light that isn't flame and burns from the edges in. A snowfall that hurts to watch.
You cage the wind with dust? Breathe, hunter, then bleed. He waits, below the iron, below the earth. I fade and do not fall. I drift like ash over the bed we never shared. Keep your mercy, Count. It costs too much.
We spike her veil to oak, the ring burns blue. The widow screams, unravels to ash and frost, and is gone.
Whoever's behind this, they're building something bigger than trains.
And binding more than souls. We climb in a hush, broken by drips and the last torn notes of her song. The mine exhales us like smoke it's tired of holding. We followed the widow into the mine and broke her song. Dawn chews fog, spitting gold on the street. Veils hang slack. Cain stands with the sun on his knuckles, little threads of smoke winding away. He doesn't look at me. He looks at the day like it owes him.
You gonna be all right?
She's gone now, but the man who made her stay still breathes.
Then we hunt him next.
We ride east. We ride out under a sky scrubbed clean. The wind carries her song softer now, like a lullaby finally remembering the end. Black to quiet. Names fade like soot on the screen, but the trail keeps its ink. Caro's mark spreads east with the rails, and the engines hunger. Dust to dust, ash to ash. We follow.